Okay, this is talking about upper body. So we want to work, as always, those big muscles first and then the little ones. So whenever I give you that progression, I always start with those big ones, and then the second exercise is getting a little bit smaller and smaller. So for our arm and upper body work, we want to get these big pec muscles that sit in the front of our body. We will obviously get the back ones too, because those ones are big, but these guys do a lot of our range of motion. There's some people who are super tight up here who actually need the opposite of what I'm going to tell you to do. And if that's you, then, or maybe you're wondering if that's you, then reach out to me. We can kind of give you an assessment and figure that out. But with that said, your first exercise at level 1 is to do internal external rotators. So that means you can either use a resistance band or you can use a couple dumbbells. I'll start with some light dumbbells just to show you those. Typically I have people sit down, so I will show you on my stability ball. Okay, so if you have one of these, it's great for balance, engaging that core, get your body nice and tall in a nice position. Okay, external rotate, internal, external, internal. You will notice that you feel that rotation in the shoulder when you do it. Okay, that's what you want, but you also want to stay in control. So if you feel like one side is getting a little bit more than the other, go alternating. Okay. As you do this, you can also, if you don't have dumbbells or what have you, you can do it with a resistance band. And this is when you just can only do one arm at a time, because one arm is going to stay tucked by your side, elbow in, and then the other one is only going to do the movement out and in. I love the resistance band because there's always some kind of feedback, okay? So you're always working that shoulder and in and out. Same with the other side, in and out. You will feel this. Now, if you have a hard time holding the steady hand, you can always put the end of it. I always have a knot on the on one side. I throw it in the door, shut the door, and then you have this to hanging out. And then of course you can do it this way. Just make sure that it's about even with your elbow. If you were to tuck that elbow in, it needs to be about that same height, okay? So that's your first one. To progress from that, that is working our rotators. So obviously we want to get into some kind of chest press. So with that, you are going to do either rotational chest press, which I had just shown to the Ridgeline group. If you have a bench, it's great to have. If you don't, you can use your stability ball, like I have over here, and put it in a wedge or against a couch or something. And then you're gonna sit your body right up against it here. A standard chest press, okay? Make sure that you get low enough where your back is supported, neck is supported, and you can just press up like this, okay? Up and down. Or you can do a little rotational, so palms facing you. You're gonna rotate out, press up, just like we did before, but it adds that shoulder rotation, kind of like what we did with the internal and external shoulder movements that we just did, okay? So in and out, pressing up, exhaling whenever you go up. All right, and then if you want to try other chest press type things, you always have your push-ups as an option, but the one that I do want to show you, because everybody somewhat knows what a push-up is to get up on a ball or your bench if you have one, and bring your body, again, kind of like you're leaning against it or against the chair, but now you're holding yourself up in a stable position, letting those arms bend down, press it up. Or you can do a chest fly, down, out this way, lead with those pinkies and scoop up, okay? Down, scoop, exhale, back up. And just to give you an idea of those darn push-ups and how many different things you can do with them, just remember, back needs to be straight. So if I go into a normal push-up here, I'm gonna be nice and straight, shoulders right under my elbows, down and up. Now you can see I can't go very far down without losing that control, so I would probably bring my knees down here. Same thing, position myself properly, down and up, down and up. Keep working on that. You can always add a little slider action or your own hands going in and out. So then I'm gonna stay modified, step it out, press, and back together. Okay, this one's awesome because you can glide your hands on the ground and you'll actually get a little bit of deltoid and bicep work as you squeeze it back in. Okay, so that's your first option, chest flies. Whew, that was good. Next up, you have, this is where the back comes in. So we're talking about those dumbbell rows. We've done this a lot. There's different ways of doing it, just like everything else. You can get on all fours here. I like to hold both dumbbells, but I'll usually only stay on one side, drive it up, back down nice and slow here. You can also get up onto a surface, whether you're standing or you're kneeling like I am. I'll show you kneeling at first. Gives me a little bit more leverage to pull this down, okay? And I sometimes go at an angle. Okay, as I reach down and back up, you can tell this is the muscle that we want to get, this lat muscle in the back, okay? So really squeezing that back up and letting it slowly come back down. If you're standing, so if I am against this, let's see, here we go. If I'm against my couch over here, I can do this very similarly, get into a split stance. I know you can't see my head, but I'm nice and straight, down and up, okay? Exhale up. All right, and if you had a hard time seeing what the heck my upper body was doing, here we go. Okay, you're here, supporting your body, driving it up like that. Okay, all right, so then as you get better and better at it, or if you just want to add a little bit extra, you can add a ball. Let's see. Dumbbell row, one more arm raises. So you'll actually want to add a ball, and you can do TYIs, which I highly recommend everybody to do in their exercise one time or another. So you can have zero weight, which is how you should always start. TYIW makes sense because this is your T, this is your Y, this is your I straight up, and then you're squeezing those elbows down into a W position with your arms. So, T, Y, I, W. T, Y, I, W. Another way of doing this is getting on the ground, still working these muscles in the back. You're lifting your chest up and back down. Legs are staying right where they are. Toes are on the ground. Up, exhale, come back down. Exhale up and come back down. Okay, and there you go. There's your back exercises. Remember, if you are doing it standing, you can do a little added bonus. We've done this before, kind of adding a little leg movement, driving it up, and then back down. Drive it up and down. That's what I call the lawnmower. You don't have to do that. If you want to stay focused, get on your hands and knees and do it that way. All right, good. And your last one is we're working arm, arm, arm. These little guys in here, front and back, bicep, tricep. So your first option, obviously, get those dumbbells down, rise it up. Keep your body still. The last thing I want you to do is this, because then you're using your butt to lift, okay? You're pretty much doing a kettlebell swing. So keep your body steady, lifting up and down. If you have a hard time with both, just stick with one at a time, back and forth, okay? And then if you're like, I don't have enough weight, but I'm not feeling this, you're gonna hold it in like a platter. You're gonna let one arm do the job, and then let the other one do the job. Back and forth, okay, up and down, just like this, okay? And then triceps, very much like the row, you can get in your hands and knees, you can stay on the step. I'll show you on a step. I'm just supporting my back so it's nice and straight, bringing that dumbbell up to my armpit, extending it back, okay? You can also do this with a resistance band as you rotate and pull backward. So that is your arm workout. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you soon.